Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Zenobia Tucker. And for this video, I wanted to talk about the different things that I did to kind of help me get through the burnout that I experienced. So in the previous video, I talked about why I left direct care counseling, and I talked about all the things that I experienced, how heavy it was, all of that. And then in the next video, I discussed how the things I wish I would have known as a counselor in training. So if you want to see those videos, you can go watch those videos. It's the two before this one. Today I want to talk about the things that I did. So like practical things that I did. So this is what worked for me. This doesn't work for everybody. This was an individual session. And I'm gonna name 4 things. So 4 things that I did. So number 1, I'm gonna call it I conceded, meaning that I acknowledged what was happening to me, what I was experiencing during that time. So the different methods I used was, one was prayer. I did a lot of praying, a lot of worshiping, a lot of surrendering, and trying to understand, like getting in that space where I can just receive grace, because I wasn't being as graceful to myself through the process. I think I was a lot harder on myself, thinking I should, be a far further ahead. I shouldn't be experiencing this if this is what I'm called to do. So a lot of praying, a lot of worshiping, a lot of surrendering. And then at some point I had to shut up. I couldn't complain about it anymore. Also during the time of acknowledging the truth, I would journal. And with journaling, I don't think about what I'm writing. I just write. We call it free write, because I don't want to think myself out of what I'm actually feeling and what I'm actually experiencing, because it's like it's performative, and this performative nature doesn't exactly get me the healing that I need. So I don't think too much about what I'm writing. I just write, and then you'll be shocked what you find out about yourself and your experiences when you just allow yourself to just be, and allow yourself to feel all your feelings, which is not always easy for people to just sit with themselves. We're always either in the past or in the future. We're never really present, and we need to be present. We need to understand what we're experiencing. Feel your feet on the ground, so we could know where we're going and what we need to do to get there. But also, if we're so stuck in the past and so much in the future, how much are we accomplishing or experiencing in the present if we're not experiencing it in real time? So I conceded. So I acknowledged the truth. I did that through journaling, prayer, and worshiping, and also talking to some of my friends as well about my experience and being honest. I was so honest about what I was experiencing, not just to them, but to myself. First, it was to myself. Like, I was honest. So the second thing I did was I analyzed. So I deepened my understanding of what was happening. I deepened my examination and understanding what was happening. So I'm a meaning person. Like, what does this mean? Why is this happening? What do I need to do? Why am I burnt out every quarter? Why am I continuously going into jobs and then 3-4 months later I'm like depleted? So understanding, like, and examining what was happening, it was a pattern. So I needed to see and understand what this pattern was so I can be able to address it. So first I'm acknowledging, then I'm examining and understanding. Um, and this is where the hard questions happens. This is when the hard truth happens. This comes with the honesty and the transparency. And not just to people. Like, this was me. Like, me doing this to me, for me, without judgment. Like, I wasn't in the space to continue to judge myself. Did it come up? Yes. But I was just like, I was more desperate to understand and to get through this rough patch more than the judgment. So, it was me, the examination and deeper understanding was the various questions and me answering and me processing it. And I mentioned in the last video what that was, like what I discovered during that time, why I was burning out so much. So yes. The third thing was, I call it retain. So keeping my power over my discovery and not shaming myself for it or allowing other people to shame me for it. So I spent a better half of my life in school for clinical mental health and counselor education. I was still teaching, so that wasn't the part that was heavy or I was experiencing compassion fatigue from or burnout. It was the direct care. So when you spend so much of your time and people, you know, celebrating you or supporting you or maybe waiting for you to fail or fall, and you discover that this is not something you want to do, it does come with shame from yourself and from others. So I stopped caring. I stopped caring what people had to say about this situation. I have people, you know, like, you belong in that space. People need you. People need to hear your voice. And I'm like, I need me. I need me too. And honestly, I can't get them nothing if I'm empty. Like, I don't have anything to give. So I started telling people, like, I don't have the capacity. I don't. And it was the truth. Like, and that's as far as I'm going to go with my explanation, because I don't owe anybody anything. So that was me, like, retaining. So, like, keeping my power over the discovery that I discovered about my experience. And the last one was what I'm calling enact, where I create and executed the plan. So after discovering and acknowledging my truth and gaining a deeper understanding and doing a deeper examination and then taking ownership of it, now it's like, so what now? What you gonna do? You know, like, so I decided that I wanted to teach full time. So I started applying in that space. And I also decided that I want to supervise, I want to train, I want to do workshops with healthcare organizations and even some schools, like college students, where in their respective, like, school programs. So if it's the Greek life, if it's, I don't know, Black Student Union, I wanted to bring some wellness workshops to that space, as well as wellness workshops or additional training to my colleagues, counselors, and other counselor educators. So I have been prepping and planning for that. It is very slow, and a lot of it is because people don't know who I am, what I do, because I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it. I don't know how to, like, I'm not really good at networking. It's almost like, I don't know if it's the transactional piece that makes me uneasy because of my own life story about how people only want to deal with you if you want to do something for them or they gain something from you. It's not even, like, sometimes it's not genuine. I understand the idea, or not the idea, I understand what transactional relationships, I do, but I struggle with that. And honestly, it doesn't have to be just transactional, it can be transformative. Um, I just, it don't seem organic to me to be like, hey, I do this. I know. I'm trying. Cause I receive that from people. Like I'd be so willing to help and provide, but for me, when I go to someone else or like talk about what I do, or even on here, like this is a huge step for me. So, designing workshops, create going listen to different like hiring coaches, business coaches, going to different free events about public speaking, or designing workshops or digital products and stuff like that. Which I do have a digital product that can. That I will tell that story eventually. I do have footage from that journey that I'm gonna have to put together. Listen. Somebody else needs to. I need somebody to do this. But anyway, let me get back to the point. I had created a plan in the process of still executing that plan. I am trying not to beat myself up too bad because I just feel like I should be further along with it, but that's where I am. And also, I decided to go back into direct care. This time it is very limited, and I will not be taking a lot of people. I would not on to a caseload. So I'm doing it the way that I want to do it, how I should have always have been doing it to prevent compassion fatigue and burnout and secondary traumatic stress. So I'm doing it the way that I want to do it, and I'm teaching, and I'm loving it. So that's what I did. I hope that helps. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.